We start with an older clip, one that I keep coming back to, because no matter how many times I watch it, it still sends chills down my spine. In this footage, we follow Sergei, a Russian hunter with years of experience under his belt. And yet, despite being one of the most skilled hunters alive, in that very moment, Sergei felt as if everything around him had lost all meaning. As if reality itself was slipping into something strange, something almost paranormal. The hunt took place in the western Siberian mountains, deep within the Siberian taiga near Long Raspadok. Other hunters had warned him that the place was cursed, evil even. But Sergei decided he had to see it for himself. So we watch as he ventures alone, moving steadily toward the area where he expected to meet his prey, and witness the precise steps he takes, just as he would in any other hunt. Everything seems to unfold normally, until night falls over the forest. That's when strange things begin to happen. Things even our seasoned hunter cannot face with an unwavering heart. The silence of the taiga twists into something unsettling, and shadows seem to move with a life of their own. Let's see what happens next.
Твою мать. О, блядь. Тихо, 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 братан. Запыхался нахуй. Тихо. Вот там где-то, блядь. А ну-ка, пошли. Пошли, блядь. Прилазь аккуратно. Опа. Опять нахуй.
Slowly but surely, the tension around Sergei begins to rise. He starts hearing strange noises echoing through the darkness. Sounds so clear that even the camera picks them up. The pressure builds to a breaking point until Sergei makes a desperate move. He fires his weapon, not to kill, but to scare off whatever, or whoever, is circling him in the shadows.
Давай, давай, блядь. Быстрее, нахуй. Давайте. Так, не выше. О, блядь.
Unfortunately, the darkness keeps us from seeing anything. But what we do hear, both Sergei and us, is unmistakable. These are not the sounds of an animal. They resemble something human. Cries of agony, or noises that feel torn straight from a horror movie. In the end, Sergei managed to survive the night unharmed. But he walked away with a story filled with tension. A life and death encounter that gave birth to an urban legend with no clear explanation. And perhaps that's what makes it even more terrifying. We witness it all with our own eyes, while the panic in his voice and his actions tells us more than any ghost story ever could. The next clip comes from YouTube, more precisely from the channel Exploring Abandoned Mines and Unusual Places. It's a channel I've featured before because every now and then, hidden among the many videos, there's one that leaves you with 1,000 questions or sends a chill straight down your spine. This particular video was posted 4 years ago on November 10th, 2020, and was filmed inside the Last Chance Mine in Colorado. At first, it begins like any other video from the channel, unfolding calmly without much happening. The host takes us through the mine in his usual style. But just before the video ends, something strange occurs. Something unexpected. Let's take a look.
I don't know, drift. Some ladders going up. So we are approaching the end of the main haulage tunnel. It smells kind of funny back here. Tom and Julie were just down here, and this might be sulfur. It has sort of a sulfur smell. Yeah, they timbered here. Again, you can see the ore cart tracks. I think Julie said her oxygen meter went off when we got here, which makes sense because there's no airflow in this part of the tunnel, and there's sulfur here, and it kind of smells funny. She said her oxygen meter it's read 19.5%, so that's still optimal. But there is the face of the mine. Zooming into it. That's as far as they got. So we're heading back out, but we're going to take this branching tunnel that we skipped on the way in. I'm assuming that X means a dead end or somebody died. Some interesting graffiti. SB 79. I'm assuming that's 1979, but I'm not sure.
Did you catch the light? Pause the video for a moment and let me know in the comments if you saw it or not. All right, let's replay that part of the clip, but this time at half speed so we can take a closer look. After all, the moment lasted only a split second. As he mentioned, his fellow explorers had already gone down into another section of the mine, which means at that moment, he was supposed to be completely alone. In my opinion, what we see here might simply be the reflection of his flashlight bouncing off a distant object, creating the illusion that someone else was in the cave. But what's reassuring is that if there really had been someone or something there, the host only noticed it later at home while reviewing the footage. In the moment, he wasn't drawn to investigate further, and that decision may have been what kept everyone safe as they made it out of the cave unharmed. The next clip comes from the YouTube channel Moxley's Paranormal World, known for exploring abandoned and haunted locations across the United Kingdom. Unlike many creators chasing views, Moxley presents his footage in a raw and authentic way, making his work feel far more believable. This particular video, filmed in Scotland and posted on December 27th, 2023, takes us inside what is often called the most haunted house in the country. It begins like any other exploration, calm and uneventful. But as the minutes pass, the atmosphere grows heavier, the silence deepens, and the night slowly turns darker.
There's only one way in and one way out. The thing is, yeah, the thing is, if somebody come in, we literally stood there, they had to open that door. There, they had to open that door. He stood there, they had to open that door. He stood there, they had to open that door. Did you speak then? Right, I need to check my footage. I need to check my footage back on that. 90% sure I heard a voice here, right behind me. So I'm going to do an EVP and see if we can pick up anything else. I'm just going to put it up here. But I am 90% sure there was a voice. So, let's do an EVP and see what we can pick up, if anything. Right, if that was your voice that I heard right behind me when I was speaking to my friend, do you want to come and speak to me again, please? Do you want to come and speak to me again, please? Tell me what you said.
In my opinion, those sounds are absolutely real. The entire room carries a heavy, oppressive atmosphere. You can feel the weight of it even just by watching the footage, and being there in person must have been overwhelming. After hearing these unsettling noises, the two explorers decide to head upstairs to continue their investigation.
There are 92 these, so probably from the same paper.
So they're 31 years old.
Look at this.
Wow. Yeah. That's crazy.
That's unusual. Yeah. I think I heard you moving up here. If it was, can you say yes? Come and stand next to us if you are in the room. Just tell us a little bit of your story, who you are. Can you tell me what year you think this is? Have you got a name? There's a bit of road traffic, so we have to be careful.
It is.
Right, let's listen back. We won't do too many EVPs because we've got to call that up.
Yeah.
I think I heard you moving up here. If it was, can you say yes? Come and stand next to us if you are in the room. Just tell us a little bit of your story, who you are. Can you tell me what year you think this is? Tell me what year you think this is.
So sure if there's something there.
Have you got a name? 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 I think we're going to call it a night here because it's going on 2 o'clock in the morning.
No further events took place after that. The two explorers tried to capture more signs or responses from whatever presence they felt inside the house. but nothing else happened, so they decided it was time to leave. In my view, while this may not seem like much at first glance, it feels far more authentic than loud bangs on the walls or the sound of footsteps. If a presence truly exists somewhere, it will often reveal itself through the smallest of signs, not something overly obvious. These subtle signals, appearing from the front or behind when you least expect them, are much more believable and far more frightening. We stay on YouTube for the next clip, and this one truly has it all. We return to the channel Franco TV with a video posted recently on August 19th, 2025. It was filmed in what many call one of the most haunted forests in the world. But beyond the strange paranormal activity captured here, Franco also faces a danger that is far less supernatural, yet one that could genuinely put his life at risk. So let's not waste any more time and dive into this fascinating video.
Kind of scary because every now and then I'm hearing what sounds like yelling, and this has to do with pets. But I did find out too by another friend of mine that they were saying that long before this became a pet cemetery, that they used to bury pretty much babies here, but this was years ago. And then later on after that it became a pet cemetery. Listen. What was that? I just heard something up here. Jesus Christ. I'm already regretting my decision. Is that a rope? Like a little noose. Trying to see if I can see anything moving. Try not to shake the camera because my hands are cold. Oh, fuck. That was creepy. I just heard something right in front of me. Deeper into the cemetery right now, and I just heard what sounds like something moving into the forest. I don't know what it is, but it sounds big. So, update. I just completely ran down off the mountain. I had one of the most dangerous encounters here at the cemetery. And it wasn't even a ghost or anything. It was a puma. I went up to the top of the area there, and it was completely off camera. I was turning the camera around. I was changing some batteries, and I was making my way further up. If something was going to happen, I was going to press record. And right there in the middle of it, I just hear this loud scream. Wow, super loud. And then running. And then when I turned on the flashlight to look, because that was my first instinct, is shine it with a flashlight, I just see these eyes and a huge puma just run right past me. It's like it looked like a dog, but it was a puma or a mountain lion, and just passed right by me. And
It seems that Franco narrowly escaped this time, as the mountain lion did not pursue him with harmful intent. However, his adventure does not end there, and even stranger things are yet to come.
that's my night vision. I put it right on there. What the hell is that? What the is that? Holy shit. That looks... I'm not seeing anything, but it's behind the tree line area, but way further back in the distance. Every time I'm recording, I saw something creepy over there. Well, it looked like something waving at me from the trees. But I want to kind of investigate it further, but I keep hearing a lot of heavy footsteps or heavy sounds of branches cracking. And now I'm kind of paranoid, thinking that it's a mountain lion. I just heard it again. Look. See if I could see the eyes, because the eyes on that thing is what I saw with my flashlight, and it was huge. Let me see if... Turn on my flashlight for a second. What the fuck? There's a tire moving. What the fuck? Holy shit.
If this doesn't scare you, I don't know what will. We can clearly see there's nothing tied to the tire. Otherwise, it would have been visible or reflected when Franco moved his flashlight in that direction. It's also obvious that there's no wind, since the other tire remains completely still. Which leaves us with the question, what do you think really happened here? How would you explain this phenomenon? Share your thoughts in the comments, because I'm genuinely curious about your take on it. As for the encounter with the wild animal, I think we can all agree that it could have ended in tragedy, and we're all relieved that our guy made it out safe and sound.